Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver in Power Field at Mile High. Today it's a Week 14 matchup, which should be a good one, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
The results are hard to argue. If there's a team better suited for the postseason right now, I don't know who they are.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
And off we go from Denver. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
I like this guy. And the reason I do, he tends to stand even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
A first carry for the All-Pro running back. It's Josh Jacobs. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll set up to throw. That's caught. It's Josh Downs. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 15 yards on that one, and a Charger first down.
First down. A gain of 15. First down, Chargers.
Here's a handoff to Jenkins running left. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now 2nd and 9. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. 2nd and 9 now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground. Hall to about the 23. We're taking a look at Hall's numbers from a week ago. 14 carries, 77 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be out right at the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down.
The Broncos at 10-2 on the year, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On first down, right back to Hall. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. This is 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Now here's Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Well, an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Mike Evans with an amazing diving catch. And the Broncos get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. For the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Chargers offense and their quarterback coming out for their 2nd drive. And he's been very impactful when using his legs this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design. You notice his name sits near the top when looking at the league leaders in rushing yards by a quarterback. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Parker, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and boom, them for a first down.
14 yards is the pickup there, and a Charger first down.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Play 3 of the drive now is successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Looking to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Broncos offense and veteran receiver Mike Evans headed back onto the field. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their defense holds, and now they've got a chance to take a 2-score lead.
And the cosign with you, exactly the start they scripted up. And really, that kind of start, that can set the tone for the game for them.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Fall down these two.
Now Mahomes. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Yellow. Hey, 57.
Mahomes now to throw. He'll try and do this himself. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
First down.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Throwing now is Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Yellow. Easy. Hey, yellow, go.
Now it's Mahomes again. Over the middle to Evans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And with the yardage picked up on that last throw, that's going to move him over 4,000 yards passing for the season. And even in today's age of offense, that's a number that's meaningful to quarterbacks. It's not an easy plateau to get to.
Attack! Yellow!
Mahomes going to throw. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point.
And it's good to make it 14-0. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off.
A dangerous return man showing it here.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Horton. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And, see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And Denver getting set to take the field. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and, you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the Broncos getting the road victory, so they'll look to take the season series now here in Denver. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes finding space at the 40 and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Broncos, first down.
Yellow.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
15. Yellow.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And this one is incomplete.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
43. 43.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Broncos take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning the perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think we'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Well, now how about this return? And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
And the Chargers coming out of the field now.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Throw out right, pulled in by Downs.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The Broncos offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted.
And to the 43, so down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Malik Neighbors.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Chargers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. Denver's offense now set to go. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Hey, 40. 15.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Yellow. Let's go, Lou, lady. 15. Hey, Ripley. Hey, color. Attack! 15, yellow.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's down the field for Jefferson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonas Senker. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these two teams go. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Yellow. Hey, yellow. Hey, go. Our go blue, lady. Hey, 43.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half. And the Broncos will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point try now from Dicker. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. So just 8 kicks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. Jones breaking from the contact.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter.
Jake Elliott set to
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And as we play out the final stretch of games, he entered our contest here as the NFL's leader in receiving yards. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Great effort there. 75 yards. And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Dicker now to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Broncos 35.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First down, Chargers.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Troy Horton,
50 yards.
and the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing the game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Hero 15!
Now here's Mahomes. And it is caught. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a deep 20. That's good for Broncos. First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Yellow! What's that?
On the counter, it's Hall. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
Yellow!
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Mahomes to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
deep.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action in Denver.
They're going to look to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Well, this is where the mile-high air really starts to affect an opposing offense. Guys moving a bit slowly here. It's 3rd and long. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
On is the Chargers punter now. He's been terrific so far. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
Well, this offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a 1-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Ball again on 2nd down.
And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
3rd and 2.
Mahomes now to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be out right at the 35. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now Mahomes.
And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll give the Hall.
And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Throwing now is Mahomes.
He completes this into the hands of Jefferson.
And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 33. A big play that time on the catch and run. 30 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Yellow. Attack. I'll go blue, lady.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Yellow. 15. 180.
Mahomes going to throw. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 14.
A gain of 19 yards. That's another Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Yellow.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
You take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He's been terrific. Up over 100 yards now for the game.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
Mahomes to throw once more. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need,
from a yard out. And the Broncos extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Chargers 14.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off.
A beautiful fake. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And the Chargers first down.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. From the 48-yard line, here's the 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6.
Now back to throw. And that'll get them the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
Gain of 9 yards. And the Chargers, first down.
On play action, they'll throw. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. And this taken in by Downs. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, L.A. A great play there. 40 yards. And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Oh, did the Rams get it? Yes. L.A. football. The Charger drive about to get going. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup.
They'll set up to throw.
That's going to be taken in by Downs.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown.
Josh Downs,
30 yards.
and the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it.
Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
The Broncos send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So the Chargers now down by 2 touchdowns. A little over 80 ticks to go. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's the second and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They'll set up a throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's third and long. This pass left side to Downs. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. But they need to score, and score quick. 1 timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it.
A little more than 40 seconds to play. Now 2nd and 10.
To throw. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
19,
They'll look to throw again. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Elliott good with a PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And the Broncos are able to recover, and that should just about wrap this one up. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Now Mahomes. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see.
I just want to rock. Body of the